When you travel the world for a year, you see and experience so much, and we want to share our daily travels with you. Unfortunately, a hard drive failure means we have to tell the middle a little bit differently. So, welcome to Storytime with the Happy Hoppies in this edition of The Lost Episodes.
Welcome to the most dramatic and exciting border crossing we experienced in our entire one-year trip.
Oh my goodness, yes. So before we get to the border crossing from Serbia to Romania, so we woke up that morning and threw away our gross running eggs, and then worked a little bit until it was time for checkout. And then we went and explored a little bit more of Belgrade during the day.
Then once we were done exploring, we headed off to the bus station. The Romanians had shut down bus and train traffic from Serbia.
Right, so the bus ride from Belgrade to Timișoara, Romania, where we were trying to go, would only have been like a 3-hour bus ride, but we were getting quotes for like 100 euros or something for it, and we're like, this is crazy because normally we pay like 30 euros. And then that's when the girl in the hostel in Sarajevo told us, no, that actually probably won't actually get you there because there are no buses.
Apparently there was something going on with like paying like a road tax or something.
And so that's when we figured out this alternative route.
So the plan was take a bus to the nearest town next to the border, then take a taxi driver through the border to the next town in Romania that's close, and then take a train onto the city we were going to. So we get to the bus station in the town in Serbia that's close to the border
Starts with
of
a V.
Romania. Yeah, we'll put it on the screen. Hard to pronounce. Anyway,
Versac?
we go into the bus station after we get dropped off by the bus, just to see if there's maybe been a change and we can now take a bus or a train over. Get there, go to the ticket counter, there's a lady working there, and she's like, nope, he's your only option, and points to this taxi driver.
That guy right there.
So he's like smiles, and we ask him how much it would be.
He has a sure sale.
Most likely. So we ask him how much it would be to go to the town that we want to go to in Romania, that's just on the other side of the border.
It's like a 20-minute drive from where we are. Obviously you have the border crossing, so it might take a little bit longer. So he said, it'll be 10 euros to get you to that town. But if your destination is Timișoara, he said it would be 50 euros, but that we were just wanting to have him get us across the border, because we knew once we got across the border, we could take an affordable train or bus to then Timișoara.
We were using a lot of Google Translate for this interaction, pointing on Google Maps because he didn't speak very good English. Obviously, we didn't speak any Serbian, so the communication as far as what was communicated and what we wanted and what he was offering could have been a little bit muddled, who knows.
This was one of the times when, yeah, definitely there's a little bit of a communication gap.
So we decided to do the 10 euro deal. But the thing is, we were out of euros because we had been out of countries that used the euro for a while.
We were out of euros at that point?
We had to get more. We had to go to the ATM, and we had to go to a convenience store, use the bathroom, and pull out some more cash.
Yeah.
So we pulled out some more cash to be able to pay him, got that, and then we went, and he drove us up to the border.
Yes, but on the way to the border, he like pulls over, and there's like nobody else around.
As he was pulling over, he starts reaching over to the glove box to like pull something out. We're like, what's going on? He pulls out a piece of paper and a pen and starts writing something on it, and then passes it back. And he's like, that's the name of the train station you want to go to. I'm like, aren't you taking us there?
Right, we were really confused. We're like, okay, thank you, yes, yep, that's where we want to go. Like, that's where you're taking us. We were so confused. So we get to the border, and he starts like taking our stuff out, and we're like, do we have to like walk through with our stuff, and then like you drive through and like meet us on the other side? Like what? And so Peter gets out Google Translate, and like, so the trunk is open of the car. We're all gathered around the trunk. You know, the the border patrol people are watching us. It's this whole scene, and we're like, wait, aren't you taking us? And
he's like, no, I don't have my passport or my whatever he needs to be able to get across.
So that's probably why he remembered as he was driving, and then was like, oh, I don't have my passport. So it was kind of like, wait, how did you even offer then to drive us all the way to Timișoara if you can't even get us across the border?
But maybe he just forgot about it, or maybe if we had paid him, he would have been like, oh yeah, I gotta go get this, and so.
Right. So now we're at the border, we have our backpacks on, and we just kind of get in line with the rest of the cars. So there's cars driving through the border crossing, and then there's us walking with our backpacks.
So we stop at that line that you're supposed to stop at, with a car waiting. We stop and wait while the next one's up there, and then there's a car behind us, and then the guy waves us on forward, and he just kind of waves us on before the car even left. He's like, come on, you guys are just on foot.
Yeah, you're gonna be a little slower.
So the Serbian border guys, they stamp us out of the country, no problemo. And they kind of laughed about it, but they had seen this, apparently, so it wasn't that crazy to them. Then we walk through no man's land, not that far, get to the Romanians.
About what, like half a K?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Then we get to the Romanian side. Again, they're laughing and having fun, and they see our passport that we're from America, and they're like, oh, America, sweet.
It's really nice to have an American passport while traveling.
But I had like a couple questions, but it was pretty easy.
Yeah. So then we knew it was a 3K from the Romanian border crossing to the town where we thought the train station was. And so we're like, okay, perfect, 3K, we can totally do that.
So we start walking, and at this point, unfortunately, the sun's going down, so we decide to break out our headlamps.
Not yet, actually.
No, we get to town first.
Yeah.
All right.
Meanwhile, I am on the phone with I'm voxing my mom. And so, traffic is whizzing by, and she's like, what are you doing? Because, we're on a highway.
But it's a nice shoulder.
Yeah.
There was a shoulder to walk on. It's not like in England where you have hedges and there's no shoulder, and it's really dangerous.
Oh, and a police officer actually during that 3K stopped and asked if we needed help. I was kind of hoping they would just, drive us to town, but they were going this way, we were going that way. So anyways.
Did he ask to see our identification or passport or anything?
No, I think they could tell by our accent.
Yeah, I think we started talking like, oh, you're Americans there.
Yeah.
Or no, I think we actually did tell them, and there too. They're like, where are you guys from?
Oh,
and then we told them where we're coming from, but then they're like, but you're not Serbian kind of thing. And so then we're like,
that's what he said.
we're American. Whatever. He's like, okay, yeah. So then he didn't check anything else.
That's right. He said, where are you coming from? And that question to us, we thought where had we just come from? But what they were asking is, what country are you from? So anyways, we said we just came from Serbia, and they're like, you do not sound Serbian, So
we're like, but we're American.
Yeah. And then, so then we get to town, and it's a really small town, and we're looking for the train station. And then how did we find out that the train station wasn't there? Did we ask somebody?
I Googled it, yeah.
So we finally Googled it.
I don't know, maybe I didn't look it up before or what, but what you're thinking is that there would be some sort of bus station, taxi cab, something in town, but at this point it's past business hours, everybody's closing up shop, there's nothing going on. We're walking through town and it's almost like a ghost town.
Yeah, so at this point it was dusk when we were walking through town, and it was probably around I think 5 o'clock, so yeah, there wasn't much going on.
We keep hiking towards the train station, another 3K, so we've come 3K, got another 3K to go. Sun's going down fast. Eventually, it does get pretty dark. So we finally break out our headlamps that we had gotten for $1 at Walmart back in the States and haven't really used yet too much.
I think at that point then, we had finally used everything in our backpacks. That was the moment when I think we used everything.
No.
No?
No,
There's
I don't think so.
I
think there's a couple other things that I didn't use anyway.
Okay, actually never mind, I never used my hair straightener.
No.
Okay,
don't forget that part.
Just kidding.
Quick safety note, when you walk against the traffic. That's the way they can see you. So we had our headlamp on our forehead, facing forward, walking forward. The cars are coming towards us, they shine their lights on us, they can see us, we can see them.
Yep.
We can move over a little extra. That's how you do it. Don't walk in the same direction as the traffic's going.
Right.
Because otherwise you gotta put that lamp on your back and they're all confused and yeah.
Yep. So we finally get to the train station, and it is abandoned looking. There's maybe one little dinky light on. It was dark, and I was like, are you kidding? Did we seriously just walk 6K, and we can't even get in this train station, so we like are trying the doors.
And one of the doors has a sign on it that said warning, and it had like a poison symbol. It was like, what is there like some kind of poisonous gas in here?
That's right.
Like, it was super weird.
So we walked in, and I held my breath because I'm like
going like this.
I'm like, I don't know if there's like poison in here, but we have got to figure out like if there's a train here, because we've got to get out of this tiny town. And so, anyways, we go to the back. So we walked through to the back, and then that's where like the ticket office was.
But it wasn't a ticket office.
It wasn't a ticket office. I don't even know.
It was like the admin office.
It was the admin office, and they were just leaving for work. And so we like knocked on the window, and then they had to like come out and like talk to us. And
then we were
using Google Translate like crazy.
And then we were asking how we could buy a ticket, telling them where we want to go, and if there was a train that was sitting there and it was running, but it was just idle on the tracks. And so we found out when the train was leaving. It was going to be like another hour.
2 hours.
2 hours. And we were asking about buying a ticket, and he's like on the train.
We were expecting when we got to the train station that there would be an ATM. We could get out some Romanian lei to pay our ticket, but there wasn't. And the closest ATM was back 3K in town. So anyway, the train is leaving in 2 hours. We get on the train and see, what do we have with us for currency?
So we had a few dollar bills, like American dollars. We had a couple of euros, I think, in coins.
So we were hoping that they could take either of those. So it's just us and the train conductor for 2 hours, and he was so awesome.
When we were sitting there, he ended up pulling out his phone and like showing us pictures of his family and favorite beers that we should try and all this stuff. And then he called up a friend of his that was from Romania and then now lives in Chicago. And so that guy speaks perfect English. Got on the phone, and he was like translating between us and Dan. It was a lot of fun. So we were hanging out. And I was like, should I walk back or get a ride with somebody back to town to get the lei out so I have the right currency to be able to pay for our ticket? And he's like, no, don't worry about it. So we're like, okay, I don't know what that means, but I guess we'll just kind of hang out. So we had a great time hanging out with Dan.
And then the guy did come on to collect the money, and he would not take American dollars. But Dan, he was kind enough to take our American dollars and give us Romanian lei so we could pay our ticket.
So he exchanged the money for us.
Yeah, so that was super, super kind of him. And
thanks, Dan.
Yeah, thank you so much. And so yeah, I think in total it was less than $5 for both of us to get that next leg to Timișoara. Then we made such good friends with him that when we actually started going, he invited us to come up and look out with him, and it was just so pretty. So we were in like the conductor's seat, and I remember seeing a deer, and we didn't hit it, thankfully.
You got to see traffic lights. Like there's traffic lights and there's speed limits for trains on these train tracks.
Yeah, so he was telling us about it. So that was our first introduction to the wonderful hospitality of Romanians. And then we ended up that evening in Timișoara connecting with new friends. And that's actually what we will talk about in the next video, is all the friends that we got to make when we were in Romania.
And Romania is still in our, top 5, like friendliest countries?
It really was, yeah, I'd say top 3 actually.
Okay. We love Romania.
We really love Romania a lot. So yeah, looking forward to sharing more about Romania with you.
All right, see you in the next video.
All right, bye.